guys, thanks for watching WebBeat TV. As you can tell, I'm not standing in front of a green screen, and that's because I'm very excited to be talking with Brian Wong today. This guy is only 20 years old and he already has a much more impressive resume than most of us. He has done awesome things at Dig. He's traveling around the world to speak about entrepreneurship, and he is the founder of Keep. That and much more is coming up. This WebBeat TV is made possible thanks to Hover.com. Visit webbeattv/domains to get your 10% discount. Brian, well, thank you so much for talking with me today. I'm excited to see you and Skype with you.
Yeah, me too. I'm glad. I'm always happy to share everything that we're up to, so it's always a lot of fun.
So let's go right into it. Let's talk a little bit about Keep. Everybody loves mobile games. I mean, whether you go on a plane or on a train, you see people playing Angry Birds all the time. So you are really looking at mobile advertising on games in a different way, right, with Keep?
Yeah, absolutely. Keep is right now, sort of shifting away from the usual mindset that advertising has had around taking a piece of your screen. Essentially, in the past, it's always been, hey, let's, carve out the bottom piece and the top piece and annoy you. And
like a banner ad.
Like when you're playing a game, who actually wants to tap on those things on purpose?
Right.
And so what we're doing in one line is real rewards for virtual achievements.
So real life rewards.
You could get a free latte. You could get a free vitamin water. We just wanted to make that moment worth something. Right. So right now, how it looks is essentially when you hit an achievement, you can... Oh, there looks your face is there too. But you basically get a notification. And in order to redeem it, you tap the notification and you're able to put in your email address to redeem the reward.
Okay, so let's talk a little bit about you, because I think it's super impressive what you have done so far. I mean, you barely graduated and you have, did you even graduate? I don't even know if you did.
I did. Actually graduated 4 years early. I skipped 2 grades in elementary school and 2 grades in high school.
So you're very smart. That's what you're saying. So, well, how did you do that? And the second part of the question is, what would your advice be for young web entrepreneurs?
To be very frank with you, I think a lot of the younger entrepreneurs right now get a little bit of a bad rap for being very schizophrenic, so that we don't follow through per se. There's a lot of things that we're spread out thin working on. But I think school is like another project. Why not finish it? That's a big thing for me. So I would say for me as well, like when I ended up going through, I was very lucky that I ended up finishing it early. But all I wanted to do was have the freedom. And by the way, me starting Keep wasn't actually something that people knew me 4 or 5 years ago wouldn't have said, Brian wants to move down to Silicon Valley, raise money and start a company. That didn't happen. It was rather, I randomly managed to be lucky enough to have the opportunity to move down to work at Dig. I was there for a very brief period of time, as you know, because the company started to go through a little bit of a rocky stage.
But you developed some great things while you were there.
I was very lucky. 5 months sometimes can actually be a long time. And at that point as well, and then I got laid off, and it's very difficult to at the age of 19 to all of a sudden have the umbilical cord get cut. But at that point, rather than mulling around and being down on myself, I said, you know what, I have nothing to lose. I am down here by myself. My parents are back up in Canada. I didn't really have a lot of money left in my personal bank account. I was just like, I have probably about a month left. I'm going to give it all I got. And Keep was something that I actually didn't come up with while I was at Dig. I came up with it while I was traveling, which is why I love traveling so much. Yeah. I get a lot of my inspiration from that. And as long story short, all that came together, and it was really just a game of perseverance and finding if one guy doesn't believe in you, go to the next guy. It's a lot of people that that you will never know until you go and ask is really the biggest thing. And so, yeah, that's sort of a great segue into sort of what I would, if I'm even qualified to share some tidbits to other young entrepreneurs. Listen, it's like you are the most powerful force in your life. Nobody is going to ask you for you to ask someone for help. It's you got to ask yourself. And then if you don't get it, go find someone else to help you. And then and the thing is, your perseverance is the number one most important thing as you're starting off, because otherwise no one else is going to believe in you unless you believe in yourself the most.
Thank you, Hover, for sponsoring this WebBeat TV. We here at Live It Lobster all love Hover. It's a clean domain registrar with clear prices. Quite an exception in crazy domain world. So come along and switch over to Hover and you'll get a 10% discount with my code WebBeat. Just go to webbeat.tv/domains for more. So let's move on to the viral video. Now, I love wakeboarding and camping, but the way this guy combines it, that is just awesome. And the website of the day is passiveaggressivenotes.com. This site is a great collection of notes left on refrigerator doors and in bathrooms all over the world where people are sharing work or living spaces and are telling others to stop using the tanning room as a restroom, stop stealing mugs, and don't forget to refill the toilet paper. Thank you so much for talking with me. I had a great time and I learned a lot. And thank you so much for watching today. Don't forget you can use my discount code for 10% off at hover.com. Just use WebBeat. Have an awesome day.
Well, thank you very much, Pelpina. Dewey!
Yes, that was a good Dewey. You sounded Dutch.
I am not Dutch.
Oh, you weren't even rolling? He's getting at his ball, Norm.
I'm running out of air here.